the first thing one of my notes here when you said, I could advocate for myself, right? So you come from like that Columbus, Ohio. I'm out of that Pittsburgh area, that kind of
Uh-huh.
Midwesty cusp area out there, and starting in policing as a female, not necessarily, a big person, right? As
Mhm.
people, 5'7". I was still 5'7" back then. I was 120 something pounds, and I ain't quite that there again. But I'm trying to get back to that space. But what was the backlash that you experienced when you attempted to advocate for yourself along the way? Particularly when people said, "You're a woman. I don't believe you should be here, and you got to keep a straight face." But at the same time, you're finding your voice for advocacy
Yes.
at the exact same time. There had to be backlash because I know there's often that, um, especially when you're speaking. And now I use this acronym WAIT. Why am I talking?
Mhm.
Right? Wait, just let me wait for a second because I'd have been down your throat, right? I'm 22 years old. You ain't gonna tell me nothing, right? In all the wrong ways when someone pulled me aside and said, "Listen, you're smart, you're going to do well in here. It's not a matter of if, it's when you're going to make it through all these different ranks. But let me just pull you or just put a little bit of a throttle on that, or take your foot off that pedal." What kind of backlash did you receive I mean, you're in the same era that I was coming up in this profession too.
My goodness, because I was brought up and discriminated against internally from my family members to the public, I had to instill, I'm a fighter, I'm gonna keep fighting you, and I don't care. And it was unfortunately encouraged by my parent, my father especially, to speak up. So I was not only confident, but had a big mouth. And I think four siblings, I was the biggest mouth. They're quiet, they're not confrontational. So I had to be confrontational for them. I had to defend them all the time. So by the time I went to starting with Atlanta Police Department, I didn't care. Because one, I stood on, I'm gonna do the right thing no matter what. And I don't care if you don't like me. I've had years of people ostracize me, and I realized I had to survive. But my mistake was thinking I had to do it by myself. My mistake was also I literally had to learn the lessons of whenever someone challenged me saying, "Let's go." Literally, let's go. And I'm talking about other officers, right?
Right.
Let's go. I love sports. I love to fight. So don't let the cute face fool you. Let's go. So, and I had to really get written up, get had to realize I'm not helping my supervisors who don't know the policies and procedures when I call them out on it. That's not helping nobody because they just don't, they end up not liking me, and we don't get anywhere. So I had to get those other leaders telling me, you need to work in collaboration. You need to work on building relationships. You need to work on realizing it's hurting you when you're not understanding. People may not know. So I had to really look internally at myself and say, I need to grow because it's not cute to always pop off the mouth. It's not cute to always want to fight. I can do it if I need to, but I don't need to, because if we're on the same goals of moving this profession forward, of helping the community, let me let you understand that's where my heart is. I don't have to be fighting you. I don't have to have a defensive wall. And truly, that's what that was.